All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're jumping into something pretty out there. It's a spiritual guide, sure, but with a twist I bet you haven't seen before. The whole thing claims to be channeled and narrated by, get this, a cosmic dragon. Yeah, a dragon. So let's just get right into it.
So right out of the gate, the source doesn't mess around. It hits you with this extraordinary premise. I mean, there's no ambiguity here at all. It opens with this direct address from the narrator, Zoran. This isn't just a story about a dragon. The whole claim is that this is the dragon, speaking directly to you, the reader.
Okay, let's unpack that a little bit. What is this otherworldly foundation all about? Who exactly is this narrator? And what's the deal with this cosmic call?
The source uses some seriously vivid language to define its narrator. We're not talking about your average, everyday mythological beast here. Zoran is described as this immense cosmic entity, an ancient being who has literally watched civilizations rise and fall. This grand, epic imagery is absolutely central to the whole text. And here we go. This just hammers home the core claim. Zoran is presented not as some kind of metaphor or a cool symbol, but as a real, conscious being that's communicating through this text. It's a really bold move that basically asks the reader to just go with it right from page 1. So the big question is, if a dragon is narrating a book, how did that even happen? Well, the text actually gives us a very clear origin story for this unlikely collaboration.
So the source sets up this incredible partnership. You've got two main players here. On one side, there's Shaman Durek, who's described as the human side of the equation, a beacon of light who carries this spark of the ancients. And then you have Zoran, the cosmic dragon, the keeper of wisdom. The whole idea is that these two came together, an earthly shaman and this ancient celestial being, for a very specific reason.
And this right here, this quote, is the inciting incident for the entire book. According to the source, Zoran showed up to Shaman Durek during a shamanic journey with this one clear mission: work together on a guide to help people heal and get their power back. This moment is what kicks off the book's entire purpose.
Which brings us to the core concept of the book itself. What is this dragon shaman team trying to teach us? Well, they call it spirit hacking.
So, spirit hacking. It's positioned as this blend of the ancient and the modern. The idea is to take that timeless shamanic wisdom and apply it using practical, hands-on techniques that are designed for the world we live in today.
And what's the end goal of all this? The source makes a really simple but, profound promise. It presents itself as a map. Not just a book of ideas, but a literal guide that's meant to lead you back to your own inner power, your authentic self.
Okay, so we've got the who and the why. But what about the how? How do you actually do any of this? Let's take a look at the actual practices and topics the source gets into. It's a fair question, right? If this thing is a map, then where's it taking you? What kind of tools are you going to get for this spirit hacking journey? So a quick peek at the table of contents shows you just how wide-ranging this stuff is. It's a whole spiritual curriculum. You've got everything from really deep psychological work, like healing your shadow self, to more mystical practices like shamanic journeying, and all the way to empowerment stuff like rewriting your own story. The source really presents it as a complete spiritual toolkit. Now, to keep these huge ideas from just floating off into space, the source doesn't just stick to theory. It actually gives you practical exercises right from the get-go, offering a first step you can take on the path. And this is where all that cosmic talk becomes something you can actually do. The book immediately grounds its big narrative with a simple exercise that, really, anyone can try. It turns the grand idea of connecting with dragon energy into a small, concrete first step.
So the first tool they give you is called the Dragon's Breath Meditation. And look, at first glance, it seems like a pretty straightforward breathing exercise, but every step is packed with shamanic intention. The whole point is that you're not just breathing air. You're supposed to be consciously pulling in the energy of the cosmos, picturing it as this powerful light filling you up. It's a really simple, super accessible way to get a first taste of what the book is all about.
And this quote, this really sums up the whole philosophy of the book. The message is all about rediscovery, not about creating something new. It's suggesting that this power, this flame, is already inside you.
The techniques in the book are just tools to help you remember that and, see it again.
And that really leaves us with the central question this whole text is posing. By claiming that this power is something we're all born with, something we've just forgotten, the source is really inviting you to ask a personal question. It's not so much about whether you believe in cosmic dragons. It's more about what would it mean to believe in your own inner flame, and what kind of journey would you have to take to go find it.